Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the City Witch. So I'm going to be reviewing this deck for you today. Now, as you all know, I've been moving house, so this has been packed away for a little while, but I have recently uncovered it and was able to film this video for you all. So this deck it's a deck that I was anticipating for quite a long time. I was looking forward to getting my hands on this deck, so much so that I ended up pre-ordering it from the author and her website. I found out about this deck around Christmas time 2019, and more and more information started coming out about it in the early months of 2020, and then it finally got released in the summertime. So I was really excited to get my hands on this deck, and I spent the money on it, and I've got to say, guys, that the money is, I mean, it was a pretty expensive deck, probably the most expensive I have in my collection, which is saying a lot because I have a few that are quite expensive. But this one was expensive because I chose to buy all the boosters as well as this deck because they had an offer on where you could buy the whole collection, which would save you money. So I thought, why not? May as well go the whole hog and get the entire thing. So this deck is called the Ark. It's an animal tarot and oracle deck with 100 cards and a guidebook, and you heard me right there, guys. 100 cards are contained within this box. So you get a full tarot deck and then 22 bonus cards to begin an oracle deck. Now, what I like about this deck is that's not even where it ends. So as I say, you can buy booster packs to fill out your oracle deck and expand it into a full working deck. And there are a number of these. There are 4 out at the moment, and I believe she did say on her website she's going to be doing many more, working with the zoo continuously in order to take the photography of the animals and include as many animals as possible. Now, she calls these boosters adoptions. So what you're doing is you're adopting the animals when you purchase the booster, and the money or the proceeds goes towards the zoo that she worked with in order to keep the animals funded, healthy and safe, which I think is wonderful, which is why I went the whole hog and spent the money on this while I could in order to support that project, because I am an animal lover, guys, and why would you not want to support the animals? So I went the whole hog and bought the full lot as it is right now, and obviously when they come out in the future, more boosters, I will totally be adopting. So just to give you information about this, I'm going to read the back of the box. So it says, set your intention free. Connect with animal spirit guides so real it seems they're stepping out of the cards to meet you. Now, I will say that's true, guys, because each and every animal is a real animal that she's photographed. There are a couple in here of prehistoric and mythological when you get to the oracle, but the main tarot is all real animals, and she spent time with the zoo photographing the animals, so all of them are real photography done by her and her team at this zoo, and then they've embellished each card with the environment of the animal and lots of symbology as well to help you understand what each and every card means, and they are stunning, guys. So it then goes on to say, the Ark Animal Tarot and Oracle deck is 100 card multi-deck with 78 Rider-Waite based tarot cards and 22 bonus cards. This deck is the first of its kind, absolutely true, using the imagery and subtle symbolic key on each card. Novices, collectors and experts can use this deck for tarot readings, oracle readings and daily inspiration, shamanic readings and healing, meet and work with spirit, totem and power animals, cartomancy, and as a regular plain deck. Included is a full colour 300-page guidebook with deeply meaningful, easy to understand descriptions of both animal and tarot card meanings. The book and deck are larger than average and feel great in your hands. The Ark is printed on top quality paper and wrapped in a keepsake box with a magnetic clasp, which as you can see is on the side there. And there's more. As a bonus, inside the book is a URL web address for 6 free classes, which include intuitive tarot and psychic development and working with your spirit, totem and power animals, and an introduction on how to use this deck with tips and pointers. So there is a lot that you get with this, guys. So just to warn you on the price of this, the price of the main deck was pretty expensive. I think it was around $60 to $70 on its own. So in English money, you're talking at least 50 quid for this deck. But then if you wanted to also purchase the boosters, which I will talk to you about in a moment, she was doing either those individually, or you could buy the entire collection of the 4 booster packs with the main deck for, I think it worked out as about £120 in English money. So in dollars, that's pretty expensive. You're talking $150 to $160 there for the entire lot, and then plus shipping. So that's why I say this is the most expensive deck I've ever purchased. However, I think it's worth every penny. One of the reasons for that is that the oracle cards that you can buy to boost, they're called adoptions, and each of those goes towards helping the zoo that she worked with keep the animals safe, clean and healthy. So when you buy the boosters, the money is going towards that goal. So you're helping the animals, guys, which I think is wonderful, and I absolutely love that. So going inside this box, we get to the front cover. Now it says this deck belongs to, so you can write your name there. Now I haven't done that for the purpose of this, but I probably will do at a later date because I don't ever plan to get rid of this, guys. It's too beautiful. So you do get a massive chunky guidebook, which is in really good condition. They've really thought about how to present it to you and how you might use this book. So just to put that to one side for a moment, I'm just going to talk to you about the book. Now you get a free bookmark in this as well, which I liked. And I've used it to bookmark a couple of pages which I felt were important to be discussed in this video. So the first thing is you get a how to use. It talks about shamanism, animal communication, and healing. So you get the introduction here, and then it talks to you as a shaman and a healer, you as an intuitive tarot reader, so it gives you lots of pointers there. It talks to you about the deck itself, talks to you about the oracle deck, and it talks to you about working with spirit, totem and power animals. Talks to you about how to be a shaman and a healer and read the cards for healing purposes, and then also talks to you about cartomancy and playing cards. So here the book talks to you about the symbols that they use. So they use sacred geometry symbols to represent the elements. So you have a specific symbol for earth and fire and air and water. There's one for chaos and life, and there's Metatron's cube as well. So there's a few different ones here, and then all of them are key symbols and hints and clues into extra energies that the cards relate to. Then at the bottom of the card, you will also get a couple of keys. Now this is the keys that they're chosen to use. So at the top here you have the symbols that were on the previous page, so I'll just turn back to show you that. So you can see they're quite large here and they tell you what they mean, but here obviously that's showing you what will be at the top. Then at the bottom you'll get these, so you'll get an influence, which is shamanic, Asian, Celtic, mythological, Australian or prehistoric. You get card suit, which relates to a regular playing deck for cartomancy, so spades, clubs, hearts or diamonds. Then you'll get a Western and a Chinese zodiac association as well. So there's quite a bit of information there, and then each of those obviously will give you more clues and hints to interpret the cards. Then it talks to you about the difference between a spirit, a totem and a power animal, and I love that because most people just bung it all into one category, but actually they are completely different and they do all have different representations in magic and spirituality. So I love that they broke that down. Then they talk to you about the directions and the influence they have upon the cards. Then they talk to you about the 5 elements in depth, and again they talk to you about which suit relates to that in the card, so you know how to work with the tarot. And then it talks to you about the energies of each of those elements. And then you have a little bit about the oracle as well and how to read them. And then finally it talks to you about the tarot and reading the tarot cards and different spreads you can use. Then animal symbolism and the tarot and why they've done what they've done and how they've laid it out. Then also there's numerology in the tarot. So again, you can take this quite far, guys. There's a lot of information with these cards. And then once that's finished, it then goes into talking to you about the major and minor arcana. And then right at the back, it gives you the oracle. So I just wanted to show you what the pages look like and how the book is laid out. So the card I'm looking at the moment is the Knight of Pentacles, which is the wolf as its association. So you get the title and obviously what the card is at the top, and then a full colour image of the card. And then it gives you traditional meanings of the Knight of Pentacles, but also their own meanings as well for this card. So there's a lot of information there, lots of keywords that you can use. And then on this side of the page, it talks to you about the animals. So if you wanted to use the tarot as just an oracle instead of the tarot deck, you can as well, and it gives you all of that information here. So it gives you mythologies from around the world regarding the wolf, beliefs and its magical associations. And then it'll also tell you what it means as a spirit animal, a totem animal, and a power animal. So for this card, it tells you as a spirit animal, when wolf materializes as your spirit animal, it's time to make your position known. For the totem animal, it says, wolf as a totem animal belongs to those who can break away from the pack. And as a power animal, it says, invoke wolf as your power animal when you need help placing trust in others. So it gives you lots of key information there, and it does that with every single card. And also, just as a disclaimer as well, by the time you get to the oracle at the back, guys, even if you don't buy the 4 boosters extra with this, all the information comes in this book up till now. So in the future, I think what they're planning to do is another extra guidebook on all the extra boosters that they're going to be doing, so you can choose to adopt more and more of the animals and the cards into your oracle. So I won't show you that because I'll show you the oracle cards in a little bit, guys, and I don't want to spoil it for you. But for those of you just thinking about buying the deck and not the extra oracles, you'll know what you're going to get if you buy the boosters, because all that information is already in this book. So I'm going to start by showing you the tarot deck. So I have put these in order so I can show you them one at a time. So firstly, I want to talk to you about the cards themselves. So they're made of really good card quality stock. They are fully vibrant in colour. Now, the picture on the back is obviously this mountain range, and you know me, I like to be able to not tell whether it's the right way or reversed, and with this obviously I'll be able to tell, so that disappoints me slightly. However, I really like the picture that they've chosen to use with the mountains, and it looks like they're connecting the heavens above with Middle Earth and then the underworld, and I really like the spiritual atmosphere on it. And then I really like this unique symbol that was designed for this deck. So they did go all out with the card, and they did choose good quality. The other thing I want to say is they've gone for this shiny look with the card, so it's not a matte finish. And then they've done this border on every single card. And at the top, you can see the geometric symbol, and each of those relates to an element or a spiritual energetic force that connects to that animal. They tell you what animal is in the picture and what the card is. So in this case, it's the Fool. And then it also gives you some oracle associations. So for the Fool, they've said childlike wonder, trust and freedom. And then underneath is the little key symbols that you can get. So on this one, they've only given us the one symbol, but on the next card, you can see there's 3 symbols. So you are going to have to take a little bit of time to study and learn these symbols if you want to include them in your readings as extra in-depth information, but it is completely up to you guys. I chose to practice and learn these. I'm still not 100% there, but I am getting there, and it is worth putting the time and energy into it. So I'm now going to show you each and every card one at a time, guys, so you can see how beautiful these cards are, and then I'll move on to the oracle decks. So for the Fool, they've chosen the Puffin. For the Magician, it's the Raven. Spider is the High Priestess. The Empress is the Cow. Bald Eagle for the Emperor, the Stag for the Hierophant, the Courtesan for the Lovers, I think I'm saying that right, apologies if I'm not. Horse for the Chariot, I really like that, the duality of the dark and the light, I think that's great. The Lion for Strength, again, well placed, really like the association choice. Snow Leopard for the Hermit. The Bee for the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I did question that one a little bit, but when you read why they chose the bee, actually it worked quite well. So I encourage you to look at why they chose that, but I did really like that. Elephant for Justice. The Bat for the Hanged Man. Again, wonderful association. They've chosen a Death Moth for the Death card. I'm not going to pronounce the type because I know I'll make a fool of myself. But yeah, that is a type of Death Moth. Manta Ray for Temperance. The Shark for the Devil, the Snake for the Tower. Again, this is another one that I question slightly, like why the snake for the tower, but actually when you look up the associations and compare the snake to the tower meaning, actually they went hand in hand, which I really liked. So for this one, they've said shocking change, transformation, liberation, which were really good words to use for the tower card, so I really liked that. Polar Bear for the Star, the Owl for the Moon, the Pecking Duck for the Sun. Again, I love that. Look at that little crown around his head that's supposed to look like the sun. I think that's beautiful. And then they chose the Whale for Judgment, the macaw for the world. And then we get into the suits here. So they've chosen the Nautilus for the Ace of Cups, the Warthog for the Two of Cups, the Penguin for the Three of Cups, and I love that. That's my partner's favourite animal. I think that's lovely. The Frog for the Four of Cups, the Manatee for the Five of Cups, the Otter for the Six of Cups, the Beaver for the Seven of Cups, the Walrus for the Eight of Cups, the Pufferfish for the Nine of Cups, the Seal for the Ten of Cups, the Alligator for the Page of Cups, the Dolphin for the Knight of Cups, the Jellyfish for the Queen of Cups, and the Octopus for the King of Cups. And again, look at that, that's just beautiful. I really love the colours in that. Then we go on to the Pentacles. So we've got the White Buffalo for the Ace of Pentacles, the Chimpanzee for the Two of Pentacles, the cute little mouse for the Three of Pentacles, the Caterpillar for the Four of Pentacles, the Pangolin for the Five of Pentacles, the Goat for the Six of Pentacles, the Rabbit for the Seven of Pentacles, the Giraffe for the Eight of Pentacles, the White Peacock for the Nine of Pentacles, the Pig for the Ten of Pentacles, the Camel for the Page of Pentacles, the Wolf for the Knight of Pentacles, and the wolf is my favourite, so I love that, the Bear for the Queen of Pentacles, and the Rhinoceros for the King of Pentacles. Again, all well chosen and all associations that match that set of cards. Then we move on to the Wands. So the Squirrel for the Ace of Wands, the Flamingo for the Two of Wands, the Rooster for the Three of Wands, the Hummingbird for the Four of Wands, Tasmanian Devil for the Five of Wands, the Firefly for the Six of Wands, the Gorilla for the Seven of Wands, Dragonfly for the Eight of Wands, Scorpion for the Nine of Wands, the Scarab for the Ten of Wands, the Raccoon for the Page of Wands, the Fox for the Knight of Wands, and the Black Panther for the Queen of Wands, and the Tiger for the King of Wands. Again, I really like that they've chosen cats as if they're a pair. I think that's a really good choice. And then lastly, we get to the swords. So we have the Hawk for the Ace of Swords, the Blue-footed Booby for the Two of Swords, the Bluebird for the Three of Swords, Sloth for the Four of Swords, Fly for the Five of Swords, the Stork for the Six of Swords, the Weasel for the Seven of Swords, the Woodpecker for the Eight of Swords, the Black Swan for the Nine of Swords, the Hyena for the Ten of Swords, Cat for the Page of Swords, the Roadrunner for the Knight of Swords, the Jaguar for the Queen of Swords, and the Condor for the King of Swords. So that is the complete tarot deck. I'll now move on to showing you the oracle deck, guys. So these are your 22 free oracle cards that you get as part of the deck. And then I'm also going to show you the 4 boosters that are adoption packs you can get to expand this as well. And I've split them up into their groups as well, so I can tell you what the name of each booster was. So again, these are all in order of the oracle collection. Again, they have the geometric design at the top, and then they still have the key at the bottom. And then instead of obviously telling you the association in regards to tarot, it gives you more information when it comes to the oracle and again the animal that's on it. So the first one you get is the armadillo, then the butterfly, the cardinal, the chameleon, coyote, the crab, the cricket, the dog, the dove, the eel, the hippopotamus, the kangaroo, the koala, the ladybug. Actually, in my deck, I actually received 2 of the ladybug by mistake. So what I ended up doing was, because it was about fortune, gratification and wishes, I was working on building my business and I created a money bowl. So I actually added the spare one into my money bowl for good luck and fortune. The marten, the moose, the possum, the porcupine, the sheep, the snail, the sugar glider, and the tortoise. So that is the 22 cards that you get that begins your oracle. So this is the first booster pack that you get when you purchase them. This one is called the Mystery Pack. So each of the packs has its own individual title and theme, and she is going to be bringing more of these out as time goes on. She's said on her live chats on her website that there's so many more animals that she wants to include. So the oracle deck could get pretty big, guys, but it's going to be up to you which packs you feel like purchasing. And she does have photographs and descriptions of what each of the pack is for and what energies they're going to be bringing into your oracle deck. So it's going to be your choice which ones that you select. Now I chose to buy all 4 of the first packs that are out. So in this first one, which as I say, it's called the Mystery Pack, you get the African lynx, you get the bull, the cassowary, I hope I'm saying that right, the cougar, the donkey, the emu, the gecko, the kiwi, which I think is cute, the mantis shrimp, the seahorse, and the turkey. So that is your first booster pack. There are 12 cards in each booster pack, and they're not too expensive to buy. They're about $20, so about 15 quid in English money. But as I say, you can choose to buy them all at the same time on her website, and the money will be donated towards the animals. So I'll now show you the next booster, guys. So this is the second booster pack that you can choose to buy. This one is called the Prehistoric and Mythological Booster. So in this one, she starts to incorporate some prehistoric creatures. Obviously, some of them are still alive today, like the Komodo dragon, and some of them are not. So she worked with both energies. And then she also included some mythical creatures. And for those, she had some help, I believe, from another artist who helped her work on creating those. And where possible, they tried to use real animals and tried to embellish upon that to turn them into mythical creatures. And I will explain as I go on when I show you each card, guys. So the first one in this, you get the carp, you get the centaur, the dragon, the echidna. Now this card is one I don't use and I don't keep in my oracle, guys. This is one that I received in this pack and I just really didn't like it. I'm not the biggest fan of the colour pink, and in particular this looked like it should be on a kid's cartoon program somewhere, not in an oracle deck. So this is probably the only card so far that I've come across that I didn't like. There are probably those of you out there who might like it, but personally I didn't, so I just don't use this card. But the beauty of the way she's done this is you don't have to have every single card in the oracle. The point is that you're blending all these cards together, you're forming your own deck, and you're including the animal spirits that you wish to work with. So it's completely up to you when you buy these boosters which cards are going to make it into your oracle deck and be worthy and be used. This is just one for me that hasn't. And so far, of all the cards and boosters I've bought for this, that is the only one that I don't work with. But again, personal choice. I keep it because obviously I've paid for it. And it might come in handy with, say, a spell for a little child, so that's another reason I've kept it, but for oracle use, I don't use it. Then we've got the Komodo dragon, the mermaid, the minotaur, the oyster, the Pegasus. So this is what I was saying about she used real animals where possible. So she used a real pony and then she had them digitized on the wings and the horn to turn it into a Pegasus. And then the same with the phoenix here. She used a real bird and then they added in the fire and changed the color of it to give it the imagery that would match a phoenix. Then we've got the Triceratops. And then again with the unicorn, she used a real horse and then added on the horn. So where possible, they've used as many real animals as possible. So that is your second booster, guys. I will now show you the third one. So this is your third booster, guys. This one is called the Friends, Family and Lovers booster. So in this one, she focused on animals that were together in the zoo and partners or were family. And I really like the energy of this one. This was probably one of my favourite boosters that I got. So I'm going to show you each of the cards. So we've got the alpaca as the first one, the blue heron as the second one. Then you get the chicken. I think that's an interesting choice to use for chickens because they're quite fuzzy looking. Then you've got the croc skink and mantis, the diving beetle, the meerkats. I love that one, especially the one yawning in the middle. The mongoose, the owl, the quail, salmon, the skunk, and the starfish. So really nice pack, that one. I really like the starfish and all the colours they used. There's quite a few in there I actually really liked. So yeah, beautiful addition to the deck. Now I'll show you the fourth and final pack that you can get that's out on the market at the moment. So this is the fourth and final pack that you can buy as a booster for your oracle. This one is called Mama and Babies, so focusing on family bonds between a parent and their child. So again, you get 12 cards. I'll show you them one at a time. So you get the capybara, cheetah, crowned sifika, discus fish, macaque, pigeon, prairie dog, rat, silkworm, snakes, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the zebra. So that is the end of the packs that are out at the moment, guys. There are some beautiful cards available to boost your decks. If you're interested in purchasing this, as I say, it's a pretty expensive deck to buy. If you want to purchase it though, you can find it on whatismyspiritanimal.com, buildingbeautifulsouls.com, and wisewitchesandwitchcraft.com. So they are the three places that you can buy this from. The buildingbeautifulsouls.com is the ones that publish this deck for the author, and that is the website that I bought it from. So that is the place I encourage you to buy it from, guys, because you can get all of the boosters on a deal with the main deck. So I personally would score this deck 10 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely wonderful and fantastic. Such a beautiful idea to have an oracle and a tarot together, but also to make the tarot cards easy for a beginner to learn based off of the animals, the associations and the colours and the environments. That's just wonderful, and I think this has taken the tarot game to a whole new level with all the different energies that you can look at in this deck, and the free lessons that you get with the guidebook, also wonderful, guys. And if you're a beginner, there are 6 classes in total that you can take, and the first couple are about working with this deck as a beginner, understanding the cards and all the tips and pointers they would give you in order to learn how to read tarot. So again, really valuable information. You get your money's worth with this, guys. So 10 out of 10 from me. Thank you very much for watching. As always, give me that thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Click the bell button so YouTube will tell you when my next video comes out. And if you'd like to support me on any of my social media, all of the information is in the description. And I will also put the links to the websites for this in the description as well, so you can follow the link and purchase your very own copy. So thanks, guys. As always, be good to each other, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now. Blessed be.